What is the nature of content? Can you tell anybody? You can tell whatever you feel. The subject which you are teaching, what type of content you are teaching now? What is the nature of the content?
Factual and based on theories, sir.
Theory. Any other
And
thing?
subject related.
Okay.
Conceptual.
Conceptual. Any other point?
Sir, according to the syllabus.
According to syllabus, no, I am telling what you think about the nature of the content. Syllabus, okay. Nature means basic nature of the content. Whether it is descriptive, whether it is theory, like that. Some
Yes,
of you.
sir. Initially, we try to give them the basic knowledge. Then, according to that, we move forward.
Okay.
Then provide basics, then give concepts, then the applications.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So all of you have told some of the points. So now, regarding this, there may be different views, but I am telling one view, that is this. Here, knowledge is, these are the different types of knowledge normally. In science, engineering, there are some facts, there are some facts, there are some procedures or methods. Always, whenever you teach, these are the things you teach. Concepts, some of you have told concepts, some of you have told principles, theory, Newton's law, or any other theory. Okay, in electrical engineering, mechanics, a lot of theories are there. So theories are coming under this group, principles, concepts, so, and procedures, methods. Okay, lot of procedures, how to do the welding, how to cut, how to do the machining. So there are some steps. So these are coming under procedure. And there are some facts, simple information. Nothing to understand, simple information you have to remember. So these are the 4 types of knowledge. Knowledge, actually, what is knowledge? Any information stored in the learner's mind. Okay, so whatever information is stored in the learner's mind, that we call knowledge, and knowledge is these 4 types: facts, procedure, concepts, and principles. Initially, I shall define these. Define means I just tell very briefly about these 4. Then today's topic is on this concept. Actually, first we will discuss many things about the concepts. Half of the session will be on the concepts. Then we will go to the, for concept teaching, there is one method application, that is concept mapping. So half of the portion will be on the concept, different definitions, or ways how to teach concept, all these things we will teach in the first part. And second part is concept mapping. Okay. So first, let us go to the fact. What is, so facts, procedures, concepts, and principles. What is fact? A fact is actually proposition. Fact is a proposition about a unique object or event. Now you will ask, what is proposition? Proposition is any statement which describes a relationship between 2 or more objects, events, or qualities. Okay. 2 or more objects, events, or qualities. Beethoven wrote 9 symphonies. This is a proposition. Here it relates Beethoven, then symphonies. It relates these. This statement relates these two. Okay. So this is called proposition. So fact is a proposition. Simple, if you tell any word, that is not a fact. The utterance of pencil, typewriter, word processor, or anything, this is not a proposition, will be a statement. There may be another example is, there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. So this is a fact. Why? This is a proposition between letters, 26 letters, and English alphabet. because there is unique English alphabet. Within that, 26 letters are there. I think it is clear to you. This is called fact. Another example, now it is clear. The distance between the Earth and the Moon is 384,400 kilometers. Chlorine is a poisonous gas. Chlorine and poisonous gas. So this is called proposition. Here, so facts have no you cannot generalize it. Nothing to understand. It is this knowing facts. Anything you want to ask? Okay, so facts have, so you cannot generalize fact. Fact is fact. Just as it is, you have to learn. So fact by definition. So fact by definition do not have any example. Meaning of road signs. Simple, this is fact, nothing to. So this way, I think the fact is clear. Fact is a proposition. It cannot be generalized. It is, you have to learn as it is. Nothing to understand about this. Okay. Next, we are going to procedure. Procedure, I have nothing to discuss because you know all the methods or procedures in engineering or physics, any laboratory methods or any determination, how to do, lot of steps are there. So this is called knowing what to do in given situation, how to do something. So that is called procedure. So these also we teach in our subjects. Next is the concept. So concept is initially
23 also.
So a concept is a class of objects, qualities or events. So concept, just you see that it represents a class of objects or qualities or events rather than unique object. So individual objects, they are grouped together into one class and they have some common property or characteristics is there. That's why you put together. Like here we are giving some example. Suppose cat. So many animals are there. So particular group of animals are there which have some characteristics and we categorize that group as cat. So cat is a concept. Okay. So specific concepts or group of concepts, specific concepts or group of concepts, the name of classes of ideas, items, ideas that can be exemplified. So here for this, for concept, there can be example. Suppose if you tell color, color is a concept. What is the example of color? Can anybody tell? What is the, you give some examples of color.
We will name the colors. We will name the various colors.
So any color, red, blue,
Red,
green, all are examples of that color. So here you can see that for concept, it can be understood. It may have examples. In fact, that is a fact is fact. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. So there is nothing to generalize. It is a fact. You have to remember as it is. Okay. So in this case, in case of concept, you can generalize some of the things like cat is a, it represents a class of maybe persons, objects, events. Okay. So these are called, this is called concept. Now, presentation about a concept may be about the name of the concept and its characteristics. Here just see hexagon, if we tell hexagon. So here we represent a particular type of figure, hexagon. It has some characteristics. What is the characteristics? Many plane figures you can group under the concept hexagon. How? A hexagon is a six-sided figure. So if you draw hundreds of figures and within that the figures which have 6 sides, they may be equal, unequal, whatever may be. It is not a regular hexagon, irregular hexagon, whatever. So all are coming under the group of hexagon. So here hexagon is a concept. Okay. So hexagon has 6 sides. That is the main property. This is one hexagon. It has got 6 sides. What is non-example of so when we learn concept, we learn also non-concept. Okay. What is the non-concept? Non-example, not non-concept. Non-example of concept, particular concept, hexagon. Can you tell what is the non-example? Non-example of hexagon.
Any other shape, any other shape.
Any
apart
other
from-
step, like a pentagon, quadrilateral, triangle, all are non-examples. So I will tell later that when you teach the students, you explain the concept, what are the characteristics, you define the concept, why that, what are the characteristics, what are the properties of the concept. If you can explain that thing, and the student may confuse with some non-examples. So if you give non-examples and tell that it is not that concept, okay. So this is called concept. Now principle, in short, I will explain. A principle is a proposition which describes the relations between two concepts. Newton's law. Before teaching when you teach the Newton's law, a lot of concepts are defined. Velocity, acceleration, then momentum. Then when you read the Newton's theories, 3 things in Newton's 3 laws. Okay, action, reaction, lot of words we use, lot of concepts we use. Velocity, in first principle, it will move in uniform velocity. So these are the concepts. So any principle, when any principle, we actually give a proposition which relates 2 or more concepts. Okay, like here one principle: plants grow faster in summer than in winter. So this may be observed thing, and maybe experimentally you can, by collecting data, you find out that. And this is the principle: plants grow faster in summer than in winter. Describes a relationship between the plant growth and seasonal climate. Grow faster summer and plant grow. So you relate these two. And this winter also seasonal, growth and seasonal. That means plant growth, and here this is the season, winter. You relating summer, winter, and then plant. You are relating these concepts. So that's why it is called principle. Here one principle: distance traveled equal speeds over time. Describe the relationship between concept, distance, speed, time. So in mechanics also, a lot of words you use, concepts you use, and any principle in mechanics that actually relates 2 or more concepts. Okay, so these are in general principles. When you present any principle about, it may be about, first you have to, actually we are not teaching today about principle, but in short I am telling some things that principle, first you, when you present any principle, first you tell the principle itself, what is the principle, you explain. Then you give the name of the principle. Suppose Newton's first law, you tell Newton's first law, then you state the Newton's law, then you give example where it applies, application of that principle, and instances where it does not apply. This way you can teach the principle. Rules or principles which link certain concepts or facts also in some specific ways. So it may also, there are some facts may also come. Okay. So this is about principle. So these 4 things we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss in detail about the concept. Now, throughout, any question? Hello?
No, sir.
Acha.
No, sir.
Rajesh Kaushal has lifted the hand, that's why I'm saying.
Sir,
Okay.
he is lifted the hand from last 4 days.
Acha, okay. Okay, thank you. Now, what is the importance of concepts in our daily life? Here, I am giving some examples that lot of concepts we use. Just here, few examples are there. Toothbrushing, from morning to when you go to bed, throughout the whole day, lot of concepts we come across, like toothbrushing, politeness, news, TV, sadness. Okay. So as we learn and experience new things, we increase our conceptual band. That means we have lot of stocks of new concepts. And what we do when we learn any new concept, we constantly use it. When we learn it, we use it. Because many things. Suppose I'm telling nowadays lot of softwares, mobile, lot of features are coming. So those may be new concepts. That means new type of things they are introducing in the mobile, and ultimately it is coming to all mobiles. So these features, suppose these may be the concepts. So these, you learn these concepts and you use with your friends and other people you are teaching. So those concepts you are doing. Whenever you learn any new concept, you use it. That way you learn, you are go on increasing your stock of concepts. And that way you go on extending and acquire new things. And sometimes you modify also. Something you knew about the concepts, but that was maybe partial. Now you more correct or more accurate things about the concept you may learn now. Okay, many things, because many concept you know that in the schools also, in the lower classes, many concepts are taught in a very simplified manner. But when you go to the higher classes, then they are given in more accurate form. Okay, so this way we modify the concepts also. Okay, we learn. Initially, we learn something very simple way they are explained, and afterwards it is given more accurate way. In level wise, it changes. So the chain of, so what happens? There is a chain of concept acquisition. You get new acquisition, you use it, that way you enlargement in your stock increases, and then you revise also. So this way actually your you are actually this way it goes on. We learn in our daily life, acquisition, new concept we learn, we use it, and that way you enlarge also. Enlarge means by using this, your stock enlarges, and new acquisition, use it. So it comes in your stock, and again you revise some concepts also. Earlier you know, but now in more accurate form you know. This way it goes on. So it is very important. Why it is important in our daily life? Concepts, you can understand that when you communicate, two people communicate, if you know this concept, then very easy to explain. Probably you know in your stream, particular stream, suppose your specialization, suppose somebody is from physics, somebody is from mechanical engineering, somebody from literature. So what happens? In every field, there are a lot of concepts are there. So when two people in the same field communicate, they use those special types of concepts in that field. which other people may not understand. Okay. So concepts enrich as well as extend and order our psychological world. So whenever you remember anything, think about anything, what happened? You think in terms of concepts. Yeah. Many concepts such as chair, many concepts such as chair are acquired because they have some functional value. Some uh, some of the concepts like sports, drama, these are for enjoyment. These are for entertainment. So different purpose is there. Different sub concepts are connected to different field. So now how these concepts actually in our daily life, how it helps. They simplify our learning task. Can you explain this? How they simplify our learning task? Okay, I am explaining. I think you are doing this. When you are teaching any chapter, basic concepts are there. Okay. And some concepts are there which are dependent on those basic concepts. So if any advanced concepts, if you try to teach directly, what happens? Students will not understand, or it will be very difficult to explain. But even understanding for the students will be difficult. It is difficult for explaining also. But if you explain those simple concepts, basic concepts, then you did the advanced concepts, then they can. So they can easily understand. So this way, it can simplify our learning task. I am explaining again all these things. Just initially I am explaining you briefly. Expedite communication. When two people communicate, if they talk in terms of some fixed concept, then the communication is very easy. But suppose some person, suppose you think of, earlier it happens somebody comes from USA and there are many facilities are there which in India we didn't have. So he tells something, so person cannot understand. Then he has to tell this happens, that happens. Suppose 50 years back we didn't have mobile phone, but they had mobile phone. I think around yes, uh, 40 years back they had mobile phone. So what happens? That fellow, when he tells first thing, we land phone, at that time we had land phone. So mobile phone, what is that, or any other things? It is, so he has problem in explaining, very difficult, because there are a lot of concepts. Then cellular phone, what is cell? Then what is tower? What is that? All these things, it is very difficult to understand. Now we have everything. So this way, but if anybody knows those concepts, suppose if he even reads the book and all these concepts he learns, so if anybody tells, easily he can understand. This happens in our textbook. Many things are there which we normally cannot see, but in the textbook many advanced things are there. Okay, so this way it helps in expedite the communication. Suppose between two doctors, when they are talking in total technical terms, they are telling all these medical terms, which many terms we don't understand. And they help us to distinguish between reality and imagery. This also one funny thing I'll tell you later. So what is reality? Particular thing, how it looks like, and what is image? Particular figure or some model, some small model. So what is the difference between them? That also explained by this. So now I'm coming to detailing of these things. So how it simplifies our learning task? Our intellectual world is comprised of millions of bits of pieces of knowledge. If of these items acquired a separate category in our knowledge network, information retrieval would be extremely unwieldy. Suppose you think of your school days. So you had many teachers. So what happened? When you think in terms of the concept that in our school there were teachers, there were staffs, uh, there were classroom, different subjects were taught. See here, all are categorized. When we teacher, you remember lot all teachers. Okay, so all you can categorize. Okay, within the teacher, what are the different subject teachers? Suppose English, Hindi, physics, chemistry, like that. So what happened? There are some groups. So it is very difficult to remember, communicate. Otherwise, what happened? If these concepts are not there, each teacher separate information. Okay, you couldn't group together. So here nicely you can put together. You can remember also. Okay, teachers now. Okay, what are the facilities? How was the all the facilities? How many classrooms are there? What are the hostel facilities? These are all categories. Okay. So this way, this information very easy to remember. Suppose hostels. Okay. In our school, how many hostels were there? How many classrooms are there? Okay. So intellectual world is comprised of so millions of informations are there. So if they are categorized, it is much easier to remember, to retrieve the information. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Concepts allow us to organize and store similar pieces of information efficiently. And once formed, they eliminate our need to treat each new piece of knowledge as a separate category. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, how it helps in our communication? Most useful because concept aspect of concept is their ability to speed up and simplify communication among people, because you and I share similar concepts. What I was telling can easily communicate without any need for any further explanation. But otherwise, I have to explain everything, every concept. But each of them knows the concept, so they can easily communicate. Each new concept builds the preceding one. In your class, you are doing that. Today, whatever concepts are taught, then next some concepts which are dependent on these concepts. That's why what you do in the next class, you actually recall, or sometimes you ask the students, can you tell what is the definition of these earlier concepts which are taught, simpler, basic concepts? Then you go to the advanced concepts. Okay. So each new concept builds on preceding ones. Many concepts are there, basic concepts are there, many concepts dependent on those concepts. So there is a sequence. In your teaching also, you sequence the concept in that manner, which is the basic concept. Then this concept dependent, particular concept dependent on those basic concepts. So next you teach that concept. Then higher concept you come later. So this way you arrange how to teach. Okay. So which one is dependent on what. That way you teach the new concept. So in communication, that way it becomes easier. If you sequence the concept properly, make extended description of each. So you need not explain everything, because basic concept you explain, then advanced concept you explain, then further advanced concept you explain. So this way you go on. Now reality and image. Now, I heard one story that many years back, that there was a professor who was in some country, I don't remember. He has written a lot of books on turbines. You know the turbines, this power plant where the power is generated from steam power plant, from steam to electrical energy. So that steam gives from steam heat energy to electrical energy is converted into turbine, and turbine is connected to generator or alternator, what you call. So these are very big things. Now what happened that that professor has taught for many years, okay, and he wrote many books on that. He's expert on that, but he has never seen the turbine. But when he saw the turbine, then he was astonished. Is it so big? Okay. So this is the called real and imaginary. In the books, he has seen the image of the turbine, but in reality, he has not seen. Okay. So how big it is? All calculation, everything has done. So this thing happens for small children also. That suppose chicken or hen or cat. Okay. In the picture, colored picture, he has seen. So this is the cat. But actual cat, if he has not seen, then he cannot distinguish between. So here is the one concept is there. If he learns the concept, one who has acquired the concept of cow has no trouble in distinguish between the picture or three-dimensional model. Okay, because that means you have to cow means you have to see the cow, and what are the characteristics you should know. Now, first time if he sees the in the learns from the books, he has not cow, so this confusion will be there. This is the cow. So thinks that the picture is the cow, or some model, small plastic models may be there. That is a cow. Okay. So this is the what is the reality, what is the imagery. These are the difficult to understand until you learn the concept. Now we are coming to the process of learning of concept. Up till now, is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Okay.
This is the concept. I think most of the things you know, just I have only organized the information. Now, generalization, one concept is generalization. Generalization in learning this concept, generalization is a process describing how organisms behave if things were the same. Generalize means, suppose two cats are there. Now, best example is dogs. Lot of type of dogs are there. Many small dog, lot of fur. Many dogs are there, very big or very ferocious type. Looks like very ferocious size. Okay, they have some common properties, but these two different category, two different animal, these two animals, which from outside is looks different, apparently different, but we categorize them into one category, that is dog. So how we do? We generalize them. By the generalization process, though apparently they are different, we put in the same group. Suppose dogs have certain characteristics which vary from one dog to another, such as their color, size, and so on. So these are called variable characteristics. Okay. So within that uh, particular concept, all the members are there. They may have characteristics which may change. These are variable characteristics. So they are what you need to learn, generalize across all kinds of dogs. Then, but you consider them same group, so they have some particular characteristics, common characteristics among them. That's why you put them under this group. So, as an empirical fact, two different stimuli can, under the proper condition, elicit the same response. Stimuli means with our organs, like suppose sound, by seeing either eyes or touch. Okay, these are the we call senses. So when we perceive different response, we different type of response, but we we consider them as same. This is called generalization. So, though they are different from outside apparently, but we put them under same group. This is called generalization. Then another term we call equivalence. Equivalence means organism must do is to organize the environment into categories so that objects and events that are not physically identical may be treated equivalent. Equivalent means that means one is similar to another. Now, discrimination is how we discriminate among, suppose stimuli, whatever you get the stimuli, you sense the things, and then apparently it may be similar, but you differentiate them that they are different. This is called discrimination. Actually, in this fact learning, in this concept learning, discrimination is very important. So organisms, many animal, human being, anything which we actually perceive the environment. So organisms come to discriminate among stimuli when they are trained to respond differently to them. In an empirical operational sense, then discrimination is the opposite of generalization. In generalization, what happened? Two apparently different things you put into same group. But here, two things which are apparently different, you also consider them as different. So we can look up discrimination learning in a general way as process of breaking down generalization. So it breaks down. So a process of describing how organisms tell what things are different. So when you differentiate between two things, that is called discrimination. So in our concept learning, all these things are working. Which are similar, we are putting in same group. Which are different, we put into different concepts. So that's why I have explained this thing. Here some example, discrimination. Just see, all dogs have some characteristics common, such as they are mammal, having a certain type of teeth, a certain type of diet, a certain range of body shapes. So that's why all these things are categorized under the dog, group dog, concept dog. Some of them can easily visible, some of them are not. Suppose maybe diet may change, okay, body shape may change, okay. So, and some things are common, that they are mammals, they have certain type of teeth, a certain type of diet, certain range of body shapes. So these are common among them. So this way we can categorize. So this way we form the concept using this discrimination and generalization. Okay. Now, what is concept? We are now going to more deeper into the for understanding the concept. A concept is a category used to group similar events, ideas, objects, or people. Category, a class of, it may be event, it may be idea, it may be object, it may be people, all these, any of these things. If you categorize them, which are similar, so you put into a group, then it is a concept. Example. Here, example, student. Suppose, what is the characteristics of a student? So suppose for a particular course or particular thing, we refer to a category of people who are similar to one another. They all study a subject. The people may be, these are varying. These people may be old or young. Suppose a guitar class. There may be some old person may go, young school children can go. But all of them study that particular subject to a particular teacher in a particular school, in school. They may just here, they may be old or young, they may be studying in school or not. Okay. Similarly, who are learning baseball, like that. So you can categorize some common characteristics are there. So similar here, if we tell people or males, see here, all are males. Very old, very young in between. Here also same thing. Then females, all are under this group. This old lady, this is a small girl. So they have some similarity and there are some differences also. Age may be differ, it may vary, it is not there. But there are some other characters. Okay, now so concepts share a set of defining attributes or distinctive features. Okay, here one example. Book. What is a book? Books all contain pages that are bound together in some way. Though electronic books is different. Okay, now, so the defining attributes of theory of concepts suggest that we recognize the specific examples by noting key required features. Okay, so what are the key features that we have to understand? Now, another example, concept of party. Concept, what is the, take the concept of party. What are the defining attributes? You might have difficulty listing these attributes. Now, party means, I think, birthday party, marriage party, lot of parties are there. So, now to a child, how you will explain the party? Can you tell the attributes of the party? Very difficult. But instead of that, if you bring the child to particular party, to many parties, then from that, he can understand what are the common things in that. He can recognize a party. So always, it is not very easy to teach the concept by defining the characteristics. It is always not very simple. So, but you probably recognize a party when you see or hear one, unless, of course, we are talking about political parties. No, just other parties I am telling. So this is the case. Some of the concepts are there which are not easy to define. Okay. That directly, if you perceive those things, then you can learn. So now we are going to types of concepts. There are three types of concepts: concrete concepts, defined concept, and concept system. What is concrete concepts? Some concepts are there. There are some real objects or situations which you directly perceive. Like here, suppose you want to teach a child what is the red color, concept of red. How will teach it? I will teach the red color.
By showing some picture of red color.
Yes, different things of red color. You tell that this is red, this is red, this is red. Then you show other colors and say, this is not red, this is not red. You show the pink, it is not red. Blue, it is not red. Black, it is not red. So normally, so they can understand what is essential. Okay. So example and non-example, that way we teach always. Otherwise, they will confuse. Pink color, they may tell this is red. Okay. So this way we teach them. So directly they perceive this thing. Instead of the here you cannot actually define and teach the color. Though red color is a particular example of color, more general concept is color. Under that color, these are different types. I think you have seen in school children's, I think English books, grammar, or in English books, yes. Higher, bigger, same. How they teach? Higher, bigger, same, different. Actually, through experience. Okay. Two objects you have to show, this is bigger. Achha, this is higher. Achha, these are same, like that. So such ideas as higher, bigger, same, different, fast, last are all primary concepts because they too can be developed entirely through direct experience without the need of language. Directly they can teach, or by language also you can teach. In the books they show two figures are there. One is higher, one is bigger, one is same. Or you can show the actual things in front, different objects in our everyday life, and from that also you can teach. Then defined concept. What is defined concepts? Defined concept means you have to use language. Already I have explained you that this category includes concepts which are classes of other concepts. This cannot be learned without the use of suitable language. Here, whereas we can demonstrate one's possession of the concept of red, bigger, etc. But how you will teach color and size? Can you tell? These are the concepts. Color, concept of color, and concept of size.
The concept that can be developed by predefined facts or predefined concept, that I think that can be said as defined concepts.
So first you have already taught the different colors, red, green. Then you tell these are the different examples of color. These are all colors. Okay, you put in the same group. Then size also, small size, big size, medium size. Okay. So already, so by language, you are actually teaching these concepts. Color directly, red you can show directly, but color you cannot tell. So different colors you show, these are called colors. Okay, this way. So by language, this we use. Okay, so this is called what concepts? Defined concept. These are called defined concept. By definition, you have to, by language, you have to explain. Directly, you cannot show. Red, you can teach red, green, blue, teach directly. But color, concept of color, you cannot teach directly. So you can tell these are the different colors. So then they can understand. Here one, I just, whatever I have told, here the example. One needs language and previous mastery of simpler concepts in order to communicate to the learner the meaning of color. Red is a color, and so is the blue and green. So by quoting such examples of colors, one can communicate the concept of color. But if the learner does not have the concept of red and blue, then you cannot teach him these things. Concept system. What is concept system? This category includes sets of related concepts. I think in physics you have read. I think when you are taught, these three things are very related to things. These are sequentially taught: mass, weight, density. Mass, weight, density. Together, these are actually related. Density and another is size, volume. So volume and mass, if you don't explain, so when you want to teach density, so mass and size also he should know. So these are taught together. So this is called this is a group of physical properties, related physical properties. This is called concept system. In every subject there are some concepts which are, suppose in formula you are using basic formula where you are using, like here density, basic formula, mass by volume. So weight, okay, weight also we can use. So these are called, like one of the example is physical properties, like electrical properties also. Similar voltage, current, and resistance. Okay, so these are all what you call concept system. As a group it is taught. Okay. In the former case, the observation that one object floats. So why it is required? Because sometimes with the other concept you cannot explain the many phenomena. So you have to know the full system, otherwise you cannot explain. In the former case, the observation that one object floats while another sinks would lead to other correct conclusion about the relative masses of the objects. So in relation to their apparent volume. So in the latter case, it is less likely that such secondary conclusion would be made correctly. When you teach these things, why the iron floats in the mercury or what? So if you want to explain those things, so many concepts are required, this type of concepts. So you have to learn in a group. Now, what are the types of concepts? Another classification is well-defined concept and ill-defined. We are telling that some concepts are you can easily define, like your pentagon or hexagon, you can easily define. But always, all concepts cannot be, like we give example of party. It is an ill-defined concept. By definition, you cannot define that way. It is very difficult to teach. So well-defined concept, a concept that can be specified by a set of features connected by some rule. So there should be a rule which will actually connect these features. The features are fairly obvious. And the rules, while sometimes difficult to discover, can at least be stated clearly. So some concepts are easily defined, like your hexagon. Ill-defined concepts, they are difficult to teach that way. Most natural language categories, game, furniture, book. Can you tell how you will teach furniture? I will teach furniture to a student. Chair, table, you can show them. But how is the furniture?
Sir, by showing them the furniture as live examples, we can portray.
Then you have to see, well, then the home furniture and office furniture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Different. So those groups, why they are using? So this is a complicated. But not only that, by definition, you can always
Predefined knowledge cannot judge these concepts, so we have
yes.
to make
It is
them understand by
difficult.
practical.
Ill-defined.
Difficult, yes,
Ill-defined
sir.
concept means just by definition, it is not easy Okay. Sometimes it may be impossible.
Yes, sir.
So they are seldom taught by, so that's why it is a very inefficient method to use by this definition. So they are seldom taught by definition, but instead they are learned by example. Young children learn to distinguish between cats from dogs, not by giving a list of defining features, but instead of showing that this is a cat, this is a dog. If they see some number of cats of different sizes and dogs, then they can define. So this is ill-defined concepts. What is the feature of an object or event? Actually, the idea of feature has very general utility and has been used in psychology under the variety of other names. So when we are defining any concept, we are telling that number of attributes or property or characteristic, whatever you tell. Some attributes sometimes we use these are the terms, attributes or property or characteristics. Okay, or sometimes we inaccurately use dimension. So these are the different properties of an object, of a object. Suppose particular group of, in a concept, all the objects will some attributes. By that we actually define. So a feature is an aspect of an object or event that can be abstracted from the object. That means particular aspect of that object. Like example, suppose green color. Suppose green grass is there. So color of the grass is green. That is a feature of that. Okay. So these features actually cannot exist in themselves. They are related always with some objects. Here one example is given. Suppose this green is a feature, but it cannot be, this feature cannot stay isolated. It is related to some object. Like grass is green in summer. Here greenness is a feature of grass, and it is also a feature of other objects, like some automobile color of some automobile may be green. So we can define features as precisely or loosely as we choose. We can define the green by reference to a pair of wavelengths of light, and we could simplify it to by defining loose judgments or agreements such as, yes, I would say your car is about the color of grass. This way we see. So here the color is the feature of the grass. Here this green color is the feature of this car. So grass is green in summer. Here the greenness is the feature of the grass. It is also feature of other objects like automobile. Okay, so this is called feature. So in concept, a number of features are combined through a rule. Features must always constant with something. Feature should not be common to everybody. Like if the whole world's color is green, then it will not be a feature. Sometimes you have seen that in many places, all the road marks or other things are same, similar type, designs are same, buildings are same. Then you cannot distinguish where you have come. If all similar type. But if they are different, it is easy to understand. If all the buildings are same design, same color, you cannot distinguish. So the contrast, you cannot contrast. That's why it cannot be a feature. It is common to everything. So features must always contrast with something. Everything in the world where the same shade of green, then green will Okay. Now, when you are combining the different features through a rule, what are the different types of rules? Here we are giving two rules. One is called heuristic rule, another is algorithm. Heuristic rule is actually, what do you call? It is a thumb rule, we call thumb rule. It may work, may not work. In our practical life, even for many practical people, engineers, or even mechanics, they use some heuristic rules that if this happens, then better to put this way there. It may not always work. Some of you are talking. Why it is disturbing? So it is heuristic rule. Algorithmic rule is very accurate. Now let us see who are talking. Please mute. Who are talking, please mute.
Back, আবার back. এটা আইছে এখন।
Who is talking? So heuristic rule is a thumb rule. Let us go to next slide. There are general principles that apply with discretion. So that means with judgment you have to do. It may work, may not work. Here one example. Heuristic rule. If you
পেছনে কানেকশনটা খুললা তো।
who is constantly talking? Who is talking constantly? Arey, why you are talking?
Sir, you can mute, sir. You can mute everyone. Sir, you can mute everyone, sir.
Sir, it's better remove them, sir.
আরে নন জলে তারা যে ভাইরাস আছে ভাইরাস ঢুকে বাড়াই দাও এডিট ডিসেবল করে দিতে
Now, so there are general principles that apply with discretion. That means with judgment you have to apply. See here example. If you try to start an automobile engine when it is hot by pressing on the accelerator too hard, you are likely to flood the engine and make it impossible to start. So this is the rule. Okay. This rule may work, may not work. But maybe in most of the cases it will work. But sometimes it may not work. So this is called thumb rule or heuristic rule. Another rule is that it is very accurate. If blindly you can apply and it will, all mathematical rules are actually coming under this algorithmic rule. If you add 2 or more numbers together and the sum is greater than 9, you carry the first digit of the sum over to the next columns of figures. Okay. So this is the thing. So already we have told here why you are going to give one example of concept. So a concept is a set of features connected by some rules, and any well-defined concept can be defined by the relation among the certain features. These relations are spelled out by rules. Here see the example of golf ball. A golf ball is a spherical object of certain composition, size and weight used for purpose of playing a particular game. Here the rule combining the features is one of conjunction. The features are added together to form the concept. So here a golf ball is a spherical object of certain composition. We can tell the composition, what is the size, what is the weight used for the purpose of playing a particular game. So this is the definition of the golf ball. So we have to tell. So here we defining the concept by combining some characteristics. Okay. and through a rule. Rule means now how we can combine these rules. In the rule, how we will combine the features. There are different ways are there. Here another example I will give the concept of concept. An American citizen is one who is born in United States or born abroad of American parents, or someone who has lived in the United States for a period of time and has gone through the process of naturalization. So this is the American citizen definition. Okay. So what is American citizen? This is the definition. So here, this is a rule. We have combined these character features through this rule. So this rule is clearly complicated one and includes disjunctive rules. Disjunctive means and or this type of statements are there. Or then in the United States or like that. Or and both are there. And or is disjunctive rule. We are coming to those different types of connectives are there. Okay, so there are two components in learning new concepts: identify the features and learn how these features are connected by the rules. Now these concepts, here we are going to, here another thing is, prototype, one example you will come across. Prototype means a particular concept is there, and in the concept there are number of members are there. That means who are included in that. So prototype is the best representative of its group, of its category is called particular in a concept. So best example in that category is called prototype. Okay. Here one example, North American birds are there, 4 birds. So which is the representative of this group? Best example. Suppose you may tell Robin is the best example. So you can tell this is the this is the prototype of this. Okay, American birds. This is the prototype. If you tell that Robin is the best example. So this is the prototype. And what is exemplar? Exemplar is all these members are called exemplars. Okay. Now, suppose sofa set. What is a sofa set? Suppose over last 30 years, you have seen lot of sofas. You have gone to different houses and seen different sets. So what happens? Mentally, you have because any particular sofa set you cannot remember. But one average sofa set, you have a mental image is there. So that makes the prototype of this. This way actually we make. So what happens? Prototype probably built from experience with many exemplars. These members are called
findings.
Sorry. In a category, in a concept, whatever members are there, they are called exemplars. I told you already. These are called exemplars. American bird, these are called exemplars. And suppose if this represent, this is the best example of this group, then this is called, what is called? It is called prototype. Best example called prototype. These are the members of this American birds, concept of North American. Okay. Birds of North America. So this one is the best. If it is a best example we consider, then it is called prototype. and all the members are called exemplars. So these are the two concepts you remember. Okay. Now there are different rules. I will not spend much time in this because it is not very useful. When you are combining different rules, how you will combine? These are the different ways: affirmative, conjunctive, disjunctive, conditional, biconjunctive. Affirmative, like here, all black objects are examples of the concepts. All black objects are examples of the concepts. All objects that are both black and square are examples of. Just here, first example. Let's see. All here, two things. There are different types of geometrical objects. They have different colors and different shapes. Shapes are circle, rectangle, square, circle, square, triangle. And colors are white, yellow, black. Now, we tell from all these things, we are selecting that particular concept will be all black objects are examples of the concept. So these are all black objects. Next, we are going to the next rule we are applying, that all objects that are both black and square. So black and square, no other shape is coming. This is called conjunctive. Next is disjunctive. All objects that are black or square. Just one minute. Okay, so disjunctive is, so this is conjunctive. Disjunctive is all objects that are black or square. Just see here. Black or square. Black or square. Black means any shape. If it is not black, then it should be square. Okay. So this is disjunctive. So these are the different rules. And conditional is, if an object is black, then it must be square. To an example. If an object is black, then it must be square. If it is not black, then it can be anything. And biconditional is, black objects are examples if and only if they are square. Black objects are example if and only if they are square. So this is the thing. So these are the rules, and I am not going to, it will take a lot of time to explain. So I am not going to these rules separately, because you will get this note, you can easily see what is the thing. The practical examples are also given. Okay. So this will take time, lot of time. So I am not going to, I am going to now directly to what is concept map. So today's topic. So concept map, how many of you, what is concept map? Have you come across anybody? Sometimes people confuse with other types of maps. Concept map is there, but there are some other maps like mind maps or other maps are there. So sometimes people confuse. So don't confuse them. Concept map is very special type. Concept map are graphical tools that is used to visualize meaningful relationships among concepts. It is used as a knowledge representation tool, meaning they basically represent the knowledge structure. Knowledge structure means in the human mind, what is stored in our mind, what information is stored, how they are stored. So that is the knowledge. So in mind map, actually this concept map, actually this cognitive structure we call. That means in the brain, how these concepts are arranged, that we decide, that we represent in this. So both simple and complex concept map consist of two things, that what are the concepts and what is the relation among them. These are the two things in concept map. There are some concepts and what is the relation among the concepts. So here in the concept map, knowledge is deductively presented. That means here first the very general concept is there, then very specific concept will go. This way it is it is a tree structure. Concepts are usually enclosed in circles or boxes and arranged pyramidically. Pyramid. So on the top is the most general concept is there, and in the bottom very specific concept is it branches into very specific concepts. Okay, so so most broadest concept will be on the top. So various concepts are then interconnected by connecting lines. Some linkages will be there. So two concept links through linking words. Here I give one example. I couldn't draw properly. So what happened? These are the called concepts. This is a school level example. Molecules, motion, heat, water. Actually speaking, these will be circle. These will not be rectangle. These will be on the written on the line. I couldn't do this. Okay. So if you physically write what you should do, actually tools are available, softwares are available. With that, people normally do. So what you do, this will be a circle or rectangle. These are all the elliptical shapes. These will be circle or rectangle, circle or rectangle. Okay, these are the concepts. Molecules, motion, heat. Molecules, water, living things. Then water, state. This is a concept. Solid, gas, liquid. And these are all connector. Connector should be written on the, actually it is not correct the way I have done. The can be should be written on this line. Can be should be written on the line. So you can see that here some propositions are there. Molecules have motion. Molecules can be water. Water found in living things. Water can change state. Can you see? These are all propositions. So one by one. So this way we do. All the connecting lines, these words should be written on the line. What I have done, it is not correct. Okay. So this should be written here on the line. And these are the concepts. So this way you have to do. Now, actually there is a history how this concept map came. In Cornell University in 1972, Joseph D. Novak, he was doing some research on children's knowledge of science. Whether how to understand the changes in children's knowledge of science. Suppose you are teaching in different ways, whether students, whether children are learning or not, good learning or bad learning, how to understand that. So this was a big research project. So he had a big team and started doing work. So during this study, the researchers interviewed many children that what they have learned, they tried to understand. So they asked the student individually, they interviewed, and they collected a lot of data. But they found it very difficult to identify what is the change has taken place in the students' understanding. They couldn't make out. So lot of data they collected, but they couldn't conclude anything. Because what is the student understanding? How to know whether there is any change in the student's understanding? So what happened? He thought of a new concept of this concept map then. That in the child's brain, this knowledge is represented. That means in the cognitive structure in the brain, all these concepts are actually connected. So this structure in the brain, how these different concepts are connected, that is represented in the concept map. So next what he did, by interviewing, he tried to understand that these children, how they are connecting the different concepts. Through that, he tried to understand that how they have learned. So this is the basic thing. And for that work also, he depended a lot on learning psychology of David Asubel. He is actually educational psychologist, big educational psychologist, David Asubel. Asubel cognitive psychology, that learning takes place by assimilation of new concepts and proposition into existing concepts. When you are teaching, what you do? Basic concepts you teach, and in the next class or later, you teach the advanced concepts and you show the connection, that how these basic concepts are connected to the advanced concepts. This way, actually you teach. Why you teach this way? Because if this way you have not connected, if you teach isolated way, they will forget. Because this is the linking, so it is a binding. So they can easily remember. Otherwise, they cannot make out anything because there is no connection. You will see that anything you learn, whatever any new thing you learn, if you connect with the many other things you know, then easily you can remember. Similarly, here also, if it is not connected to the existing knowledge, it will be like on the water floating separately. Otherwise, it is connected by a string to the existing concept. So from that earlier concept, by that string you can go to that concept. So this way, actually in the brain, these are actually stored. That's why we always try to connect the concept, earlier concept, which already know. New concept, we try to connect with that. Then what happened? There is a good connectivity and you can easily retrieve that information. This is the basis. Okay. So now I am not going to all the general talks. I am just here, 3 things are there. Just you remember, this knowledge structure held by the learner is also referred to as individual's cognitive structure. That means in brain, how the knowledge is stored, that is called cognitive structure. And out of necessity to find a better way to this children's conceptual understanding, emerged the idea of this concept map. So this was born as a new tool, not only for use in research, but also for many other uses. Asubel made the very important distinction between rote learning and meaningful learning. You have seen that many students memorize the things, don't understand. That is called rote learning. And meaningful learning is if they understand the thing and then can easily remember, easily explain, and his language, the student can explain in his language, not difficulty. But here it is rote learning. And also in our students also we used to do something we don't understand. Somehow we memorize it into up to the examination hall and we vomit there and then we forget. Okay. So, but in meaningful learning, if you understand, give lot of time, then you remember for long time. So that is the useful. So Asubel told that for meaningful learning, The new material being presented must be clear and relatable to the prior knowledge. Earlier concept, what you taught, with that it should be related. Otherwise, it will be isolated and it will be easily lost. So concept maps are useful here to identify the general concepts held by the learner. Sometimes you are teaching, you have a concept map, but student has a different concept map. He's combining, because you are teaching with a concept that these concepts are connected with this concept in a particular manner, but student is understanding something else. His concept map will be different. So the learner must possess relevant prior knowledge, especially when he's trying to comprehend. So first thing is prior knowledge is required, that should be clear, then you give the new knowledge. And another problem is in the learning, that meaningful learning is difficult. The teacher can do these things, that you can give the material nicely, then prior knowledge you give, then new knowledge you give. But if student is not motivated, how to do? Because meaningful learning, if he does the rote learning, if he is not take interest, so here teacher has nothing to do directly. Only thing teacher can do, suppose if he just memorize it, he doesn't try to understand, assimilate it, what you can do? You can motivate them, you can create interest, that's all you can do. More than that you cannot do for meaningful learning. Okay, now we are going to the concept map. Concept map is a diagram or graphical tool that is visually represents relation between concepts and ideas. Most concept map depict ideas as boxes, already I have explained it. Here is one example. Okay, properties of metal, stress strain diagram. So here again, these are all concepts and these are connecting line. I couldn't do, so it is not the ideal way to do. You have to write on this line. Elastic behavior follows Hooke's law. Yielding is related to stress, called yield stress. Strain hardening makes the rising stress strain curve fatter. Okay, so this way it is made, but basic some rules are there. In a concept map, there are some concepts, there are some linking words, there is some propositional structure, hierarchical structure, focus question, parking lot, crosslinks. First in short I am telling, then gradually I will tell in details. I think concepts you have understood. These are all concepts. And these are called, what is called this one? This. What is this? This is concept, this is concept. What is this? Can anybody tell what is this? Can you tell? Okay. This is linking word. This is called linking word. Linking words or phrases. Acha. And I already told you that propositional structure, necking decreases the sample of, so here necking, these are the two concepts are connected. So this is a proposition. I told you in the beginning. Okay. Then hierarchical structure, hierarchy. These concepts are properties, stress strain diagram. Then under that, these are the things. So these are more general concepts. These are very specific. The tree structure. Focus question, parking lot. Now let us come. So it is okay. This concept map is okay. Can you tell?
Almost, sir.
Okay. Now actually I am going to details. That means this is the basic structure. These are all These are all concepts. These are linking words or phrases. This is a tree structure. More general concept is on the top, and in the lower, there are more specific concepts are there. This way you have to prove. Now, how to make it and the other details I am giving. Concepts already I have told, perceived regularities of patterns. Concept I have explained, so nothing to tell about that. And then next is connecting words or phrases. Linking words or linking phrases are located on the lines connecting the objects in a concept map. They are as concise as possible. You try to make it very small. These include causes, includes, requires, like that. Sometimes I have made bigger, but it is better to make it smaller. Next is the structure. It is a proposition. I already told you propositional structure. That means it is linking two phrases. By the color linking two concepts are connected by some linking words, and it becomes a meaningful sentence. These statements are also known as semantic, means meaningful semantic units. Concepts and propositions are foundation of the new knowledge in the domain. These are the basic things. Within the domain, there are hierarchy. Top is the most general concept on the top, and most specific concept in the bottom. So in concept map, it is designed to read from top to bottom, general to specific. The structure of the concept map is not limited to structure. It could be free form. This is a T structure one, other forms can be there. That means two starting from center and spreading outwards, circularly, radially outward also it can be a structure. Then there should be a focus question. Just this information, any way if you connect, it is not a useful concept map. This concept map will answer some question. That question is called focus question. Okay, that question is called focus question. It is answering some question, that is called focus question. So you first just classification, simple type of things. If you use concept map, no use. It has no use. But if you try to answer any question, meaningful, why, how, this type of question, if you want to answer, then you use mind map, and this will be useful for your study. So developing a focus question allows you to design with a context in mind how this helps to guide and maintain the direction of your concept. So within the hierarchical structure, the focus question should be written at the very top of the concept map. On the top, you have to write the concept map that this map is trying to answer this question. So focus question. What is focus question? When learning to construct concept maps, learners tend to deviate from the focus question and build a concept map. This is very difficult to make concept map initially. A concept map is there, and you make a focus question is there. You make a concept map. That concept map is for other focus question, not for this question. So this you have to think. This is fine in the sense that the map build probably answers another focus question, and so the focus question of the map should be changed to reflect this. Usually focus question that require explanation rather than simple description or classification. So for description or classification purpose, you don't use the concept. Don't require. Only explanation type question, that to answer, you use concept. Generally speaking, focus question that calls for more event explanation require deeper or more meaningful thinking than those describe other characteristics. Good focus question. Why do we have seasons? How we can help teachers become more effective? How do we explain what writer is trying to illustrate? Less focus question. What are the key features of a flower? Straightforward question, straightforward descriptive. This is not useful. What is parking lot? Initially, in the beginning of a concept map, you can to become with a list of identifying the key concepts. Suppose you want to make a concept map. So what are the concepts you want to show there? You list down 15 to 25 concepts. Then you list from general to specific. The general concept on the top and this specific concept on the bottom. Most specific concept at the bottom. Okay. So this way you go. And then when you are making the concept map, when you take a concept from there and put in the concept map, you cut there or remove that. This way you go on. And after some time in that, the parking lot is vanished. Or few concepts may be there, it is not used. So, okay, you can think of that way. If it is useful, you can modify that. Another is cross-link. Cross-link I have not shown you in this map. Cross-link means from the top, the connecting lines are coming, but parallelly, you can connect sometimes. These are called cross-links. Okay. So, cross-links are hierarchical structure, facilitate creative linking. These cross-links often indicate moments of creativity. Just I am showing some example. This is a concept map. I think who is the originator of this concept map? He has made this thing. See here, this is the concept map. So these are all concepts, and these are connecting lines. Now you see that this is hierarchically it has gone, but see here, this is are called cross lines, cross links. That means parallelly, horizontally, if you connect two concepts, it is called cross link. So that you have to think of whether it has any relation between them, then you can do this. Okay, so this is the thing. Just in short, I want to tell you a few things. What are the use of concept map? This concept map may be used for note taking. Excellent aids in group brainstorming. When you are doing brainstorming, then these concepts you can collect the concepts and do the connection. Assist in planning your studies. Provide useful graphics for presentation and written assignments. When you are reading some chapters, you can make concept map. And different people's concept map will be different because they connect the different concepts in a different way. And increase learning by relating new and old concepts. Okay. So it requires a lot of thinking in making a concept map. Design their own representation of knowledge. That means how you have understood particular topic, you can make a concept map and use this way. So you can plan curriculum. Teachers can use for planning curriculum, assess understanding and diagnose misunderstanding the students. You can ask the students to make concept map and then you check with your concept map and how they are connected student, whether it is correct or not. That way you can understand the students' knowledge, explain complex ideas and assist struggling readers who are reading some particular complicated chapter. You can make a concept map and visually actually we remember many things very easily. Or visual images, our brain capacity to image this very fast. But text portion, text messages are very difficult to. It is slow. So in form of image, that's why this probably you have seen that Sometimes spelling mistake you can see by writing. You see, no, it looks like so pattern. You check the pattern. Okay, no. Here Y is not there. Here probably I is there. Like that, you make out. So this is the pattern, visual pattern. Okay. So our brain is very fast in processing visual patterns, visual images than text images. So these are the different ways it can be used. How to make the concept map, select and read a chapter in a book or a set of lecture notes, highlighting the important points and ideas. After you have finished the reading and highlighting, you should identify the key concepts necessary for understanding the topic. Then decide which concept is the most important and most inclusive and make a list with this concept at the top. First, the next most general concept, write it next. Proceed to rank and cluster the remainder of your concept from most inclusive to most general. Like this you do, then begin map placing you have to do. Work on adding specific concepts, go on branching. Then you join with connective links, linking words. Then finish the mapping with your list. Continue to make the map grow by relating additional concepts. And then cross-linking you do. And then when the concepts are linked together, cause and effect relationship of arrow is used to show the direction of the relations. Not all links need to be one way. Okay. So look for examples of two-way. So sometimes you need direct, indirect via another concept. So sometimes you will see that you cannot do the linking. That means between two concepts. So it may be that in some intermediate concept is required. So you again add that and modify your concept. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to tell. Same things are there. So I'm going to. So if you have any question, you can ask. Any question?
Participants, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Anybody else?
No, sir.
Okay.
Is it understandable?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Even if you have, you may ask in the question answer section in the website, and even you can send a mail also. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this nice session, and I will pass on the lecture materials as well as the recording of this session to all the participants. And the quiz link will be open. Attendance link will be open after 5 minutes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I didn't got the quiz, yesterday's quiz, day 4 quiz. So,
Sir, if you have attended yesterday's session as well as if you are in the group.
Yes, I attended both the sessions.
And then already it is told that yesterday there was no quiz, and today maybe I'll upload in some time.
Okay, thank you.
सर नमस्ते सर, एक क्वेरीज थी सर. हाँ हेलो.
हाँ जी.
हेलो. हाँ सर.
सोमिरन सर की क्वेरी है किसी का और?
जी सर. सर कल अटेंडेंस लिख सर एक
अटेंडेंस नहीं. डू यू हैव एनी क्वेरी रिगार्डिंग दिस सेशन? अटेंडेंस छोड़िए. Do not talk about attendance, quiz and all.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Activities, it will be taken care of. Please,
okay, sir.
If you have anything about the lecture, you may ask. Okay, I think there is no question, sir. So,
okay.
Sir, you may leave. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Hello, Arpan sir, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, actually yesterday I missed that quiz, sir. So, it's a
You
request,
didn't
sir.
miss the quiz. Yesterday
Yes.
there was no quiz. Are you getting?
I was ready and that it's showing, it's not there. So
Ma'am,
that, yes, sir.
again and again I'm saying
Yes, sir.
that there was no quiz. And why
Okay,
you
sir.
are worrying so much? Everybody is so concerned about the attendance and quiz, and very few people are asking questions regarding the session. So if switched on, so it responsibility goes to me. So don't worry about this. You have done your bit. You have tried to open the link and it was not showing. And already I have declared that there will be no quiz yesterday. Okay. And maybe later I will upload. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, the today's quiz will be at the end of the today's second session lecture.
Yes, yes. There might be 4 quiz together. So we are preparing something. Let us see how best we can do. See, what is happening that faculty members are very much senior, right? You have just had a lecture from a faculty member who has already retired from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and he is having more than 35 years of experience. Okay. And do you expect that I will like these faculty members will be typing the quiz and uploading in the Google Sheet directly? So what it is happening that they are writing it and they are passing it on to us. So we need some time for making this soft version and then putting properly in the quiz link. Okay, so that is
Okay,
why
sir. Okay,
time is
sir.
taking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. No
Okay, sir.
That is
Okay,
why,
sir.
like yesterday, we could not compile, and yesterday also we had some other meetings.
Okay, sir.
So,
Okay, sir.
anyway, if you are doing your part excellently, you are trying for giving attendance and you are trying to attend the quiz. That is excellent. I appreciate that. So if it is not available, don't worry. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
again, my personal request will be, please be in the Telegram group. So I know that people are very much conversant with the WhatsApp, and very few people are conversant with the Telegram. So why don't you take this an opportunity? So difficulties are opportunities, right? So you learn how to operate Telegram, and in that group live, like someone, like if I'm not able to like reply you, like each and every one, then also there will be some other members, so they will be replying you. Okay, so that information will be passed on. Yesterday I thought that I'll try to put it on from 5 o'clock. Then we were not to be not able to like switch it on from 5 o'clock, even for the attendance also. So when like during 1 o'clock, so I was in some other meeting. So I could not switch on the attendance at 1 p.m. So I think 1:30 I put it on, and maybe around 3 o'clock it was on. So like this, there will be some delays, some issues. Okay, it happens everywhere. So please bear with us, and please be attentive for the what is that called? Lecture sessions. And one more thing. So if you are logged in Zoom, so even if you are having less attendance in the attendance links, so if you are logged in the Zoom, so we'll verify those names who are having less attendance. So once you are zoomed in, you are logged in Zoom, then automatically it is recorded. Okay, and you can download the day-by-day Excel sheet also. Anyway, so it will be my request to all. Please be attentive in the sessions. Please ask questions. Okay. And if not possible, please rewatch the video which I am posting every day. Thank you all.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Questions?
Sir?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, I missed the... Hello, sir. I missed to provide my attendance the second half yesterday. Will it be any problem? I was present for the time.
हाँ ठीक है,
but
कोई
I
बात
missed
नहीं. So
to
if you
provide my
have been
attendance
present
the
in the
second-
Zoom and you missed your attendance, so finally we will check, verify the Zoom. Okay. So thank you all.
Thank you,
let me
sir.
switch on the attendance.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
We will meet at 2 p.m., sir.
Attendance link is on. Next session will be as per the schedule. Yes, 2 p.m.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Attendance link is on. Please check.
Okay, thank you, sir.
জয়েনই করে নিয়েছে